Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my May favourites for the over 50s. So if that sounds like your bag, then please keep watching. I'm really excited to be talking to you about my May favourites because they're all new products to me, and one of them is a hair care product. So if you're interested in that, then please keep watching because I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video. Anyway, let's get started with product number 1, which is the number 7 Lift and Luminate Foundation. Now I have to admit, I have never bought a number 7 product in all the years they've been going. In fact, I can probably remember when they first started because they were Boots' own brand. I presume they still are. Anyway, I think I saw this on Kimberly's Pretty Over 50 channel. If I can find the video, I'll link it down below for you. And I was a little bit sceptical. In fact, it's funny, I've really been on a journey with high-end versus high street products. I've really gravitated lately towards high street products and giving them a go, and I'm really glad I have because this foundation is excellent. So it's a medium coverage buildable foundation. It's got some serum in it. I can't remember what the ingredient is, so it means that it's quite hydrating. So let me put a little bit on for you. So I'm in the shade Cool Beige. That's what it looks like, and I will massage it in a little bit. So it feels really nice on the skin. It feels soft. It doesn't feel too heavy, too greasy. It feels just right. I really like applying foundation with my fingers at the moment, although I do use my beauty blender even, which is this, to kind of finish it off, particularly if I'm putting concealer on afterwards, which I am. But anyway, it feels really great on the skin. It's not too heavy. It's definitely a medium coverage though. So if you're in the market for a medium coverage foundation, it does have an SPF 15. It's not going to, make a massive difference, but at least it's got that as an extra bonus. And it retails at £18.50, which is pretty good for, a reasonably sized bottle. There it is. And it's got the little, I don't know what you call that, pumping action thing. You know what I mean. So if you're in the market for a buildable medium coverage foundation, then I would definitely suggest trying the Lift and Luminate by number 7. Product number 2 in my May favourites is the Lash Paradise Primer by L'Oreal, and this is it. Don't think I've ever worn a lash primer before. If I have, it's a good long while ago, but I really like this lash primer and I really think it works. I don't know if you can see my lashes, but they are pretty long and a lot thicker, I think, from wearing this lash primer. I don't wear it every day, it has to be said, but if I want to go out or I want to make an impact, this is the one. So this is what it looks like. And when you put it on your lashes, they will look a bit white. In fact, yesterday, my husband peered at me when I put the primer on before I got the mascara on the top, and he said, "Oh, you've got a bit of fluff on your lash." And it was the primer, it has to be said. However, once you cover it with mascara, it really works a treat, I think. And today I put on the Sky High mascara from Maybelline, this one here. And I've got a couple of coats on, and as I say, I think it looks pretty good. I'm really, really pleased. I must say my lashes at the moment, I'm so pleased with them because I think it's a mixture also, obviously using the lash primer, but the Rapid Lash that I use combined with the fact that I had them lifted a few months before lockdown. Well, actually just the month before lockdown, I think it was in February 2020. And for some reason or other, the lift seems to have stayed because usually my lashes are like stalactites. They really are very fine and, almost dead straight. So I'm really pleased with them. They've never looked better. So that is the Maybelline, no, not the Maybelline, sorry, the L'Oreal Lash Primer, Lash Paradise Primer from L'Oreal. And that's product number 2. Product number 3, for some reason or other, I've had to record this about 3 times before I can get it right. I don't know why, but I find it quite difficult to talk about palettes. This is the palette, and these are the colours, which you won't be able to see very well, but obviously everything I talk about will be linked and listed below. I don't know why I struggle to talk about palettes really and swatching things, but these are beautiful colours, and I discovered this palette just by browsing the shelves in Boots a few weeks ago. And it took me a while to actually open it and have a go. I did use it in another video, but I have gone back to it since I used it in that video, which I think was in the end of April. I'll list that below or in the corner if I can work out how to do that. Anyway, I think this palette is really beautiful and it's got some fantastic colours, and I am wearing some of them today. I am wearing Gleam, Daily Dose, Sweet Pea, can't read that, Electric. Anyway, I'm going to swatch some of the colours for you that I've got on and just see whether you can see how beautiful they are. They really are fabulous. The pigment's amazing. I don't know if you can see any of those. And then I've got the dark one, this one here on the bottom. I just think, I mean, it's 25 colours for £22, and the colours are, the pigment is really strong, the colours are unusual, they're a mixture of cool and warm and neutrals as well. I mean, look at them, they're absolutely gorgeous. And for £22, I mean, that palette could last you forever, couldn't it, really? I wore the greeny blue colours in a little Instagram post I did the other day. Now, if I can find that, I'll try and either drop it in or link it down below for you in some shape or form. Anyway, today, as you can see, I'm wearing the sort of more cooler toned colours because they're the ones that I tend to gravitate towards. I wouldn't normally gravitate towards greens or blues, but I think it's really fun to try other colours. I don't want to be stuck in the rut. What I used to wear all the time was Bobbi Brown browns, all the different, I mean, I've still got them. I've got Saddle, I've got, I can't remember, all Slate and Stone, Hot Stone, all the different hues that Bobbi Brown had in browns. And that's what I always used to wear, with maybe the odd purple if it was a special occasion. Whereas now I'm being a lot more experimental and I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, that is the Pixi by Tina Yong palette with 25 shades, and it retails for £22. My fourth favourite for May is this beautiful Charlotte Tilbury powder blush in the shade Love is the Drug. Cheek to Chic is the range, and I really, really love it. Let me swatch a little bit for you. I'm wearing it today. This is what the two colours look like. And it really, you can sort of swirl and pop, as she calls it. Oh, sorry, that's my next door neighbour coming in. This is what she recommends that you do. So you get your brush, you swirl around, and then you pop. I mean, to be honest, this brush is a little bit too soft for popping, but anyway, let me just show you. If I can show you, I'll just swirl it on a bit. I have got some on already, but you can see it is a really lovely, lovely colour. Now, it's not cheap, it's the high-end product of my May Favourites, and it's £30, but again, it will last you for a long, long time, I would say. It's funny, I used to wear cream blushes all the time, but now I'm moving towards powder blushes again. I think partly because, I mean, I don't like too much of a matte finish. I like to be a bit glowy, but I think some of the powders these days are more glowy, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm really loving the Chic to Chic in the colour Love is the Drug by Charlotte Tilbury. So, moving on to skincare, number 5. And number 5 is the Cerave Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Serum, and this is it here. Now, I've been using hyaluronic acid for a couple of years, I'd say, and I've been using the Hada Labo. I mean, it's very watery. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I'll link it down below for you. I've used it in other videos, and I used to get the one in the white and red packaging from Amazon, and then I found the orangey, kind of goldy coloured packaging one, which is mostly written in Japanese, which is a thicker serum. But anyway, why did I buy this? I think I must have just looked at the Cerave products, because I really like the Cerave. There's a Cerave moisturising cream and also the cleanser. I absolutely love the cleanser. I use that every night and morning as well. I use it as a double cleanse, so my final of the 2 cleanses in the morning, in the evening, and then I also use it in the morning. But I was looking on, I just thought, let's give it a go. It's very reasonably priced. I'll tell you exactly how much it is. It is $16.99. And this is what it looks like, and it's much creamier. I mean, again, it's very light. It's a creamy serum as compared to the Hada Labo, which is very watery. But it feels so nice on the skin. Oh, it just feels lovely. It really does. Actually, that's reminded me of my empty. I must do my empties at some point, because One of the moisturisers it reminds me of is the turmeric moisturiser by the Inky List, which is my favourite moisturiser ever, actually. But anyway, this is hyaluronic acid, so I use this after my vitamin C. This is a recent thing, actually. I used to use it before my vitamin C, but that was when I was using the Hada Labo, just to be really complicated about it, because the Hada Labo was so watery that I thought I had to use it pre the vitamin C. Actually, since then, I've changed it round and I use the vitamin C first and then the Hada Labo, or this one, because the idea is you're supposed to go from watery to thick. So you start with the watery one and then you go thicker, as it were. Anyway, I'm digressing as usual, but this CeraVe is very, very nice. So if you're in the market for a nice, comfortable to wear hyaluronic acid, there's no scent in it. I can't wear anything fragrant, so it has no fragrance in it whatsoever. Very reasonably priced. Again, it'll last you, well, it would probably last you, what, 3 months maybe? It's the CeraVe Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid, and here it is. So number 6 in my May favourites is the Garnier Super UV Anti-Dark Spot Anti-Pollution SPF 50, and here it is. Now this is really interesting. I saw this recommended by Nadine Baggett, who's another of my favourite YouTubers, beauty editor, very knowledgeable about skincare and the sort of science behind it, and she recommended this, so I thought, well, I'll get it. It's a very small bottle. I hadn't quite realised how small, but it retails for £7. Now this is really interesting, is when I put it on, I thought SPF 50, well, that's really good. It's actually like wearing a sunscreen that you would wear on the beach, or I would have worn on the beach. It's really liquidy. Actually, let me shake it first before I you can hear, actually, can't you, how liquidy it is. So when I started to get it out of the bottle, I thought, oh, blimey, I thought it was going to be thicker. Right, there we go. So you can see it's pretty runny. Oops, there it goes. So, and it does, you do get that sort of white cast to begin with, but let me rub it in a bit for you. I mean, it's fine. Look, there we are. That's it, semi-rubbed in. I think it's, I mean, it's got that that sort of, you know, that sun cream smell to it, which of course it is. That's what it is, a sun cream. But yeah, the smell's gone now. Now my skin is normal. It's not greasy, or oily. It's not dry. So I can get away with just using one moisturiser after I use my vitamin C and my hyaluronic acid. So I only use this. I don't actually use a separate moisturiser first and then put an SPF on, because that would just be too much for me, really. I just don't need it. And this is very moisturising, and then after I've used this, I put my foundation on, and I'm absolutely fine with that. So I have to say, it is really good. I alternate this with a CeraVe, which I think is SPF 25, depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing. But I do think it is important to wear an SPF. I'm not so desperately worried about wearing a 50 unless maybe I'm going to be abroad or I know that it's going to be a hot day. But I do think this is really good. It's very reasonably priced, as I say. Let me just remind myself of what I said it was. It's £7. I mean, I don't know how long it would last, to be honest. You've got to be a bit careful. Maybe you need to shake it up a lot to make sure that it's not too runny when it comes out, to make sure that you're maximising it. But I think it's fine. I'm wearing it today. You can see I don't think I look ghostly or anything. So I'm really pleased with that. So that is the CeraVe Super UV Moisturising SPF 50. So the final product in my May favourites for the over 50 woman is this fantastic conditioner, except it's not called a conditioner. It's a L'Oreal Elvive Dream Lengths 8-second Wonder Water, and it really is a wonder water in my estimation. What you do is you shampoo your hair, rinse out your shampoo, and then you put this on, and it's very watery. This is empty because I just, well, I'm addicted to it, I think. You just put it all over your wet hair. Your hair has to be wet to activate what's in it, and you put it on all over. And then you rinse it off after 8 seconds. I mean, I probably leave it on a bit longer than that. Honestly, your hair is silky smooth. It is quite incredible. And one of the things I really love about it is instead of having to run my fingers through my hair when I've got conditioner on, meaning that I kind of start to pull out hair as I'm kind of combing it with my fingers, you don't have to do that with this because it makes it so silky. You literally just rinse it off and that's it. And when I look down the sort of the plug hole, I find that I haven't lost very much hair at all. The reason I looked into this product was because Nadine Baggett, who I follow on YouTube, is a great journalist and beauty editor. She talked about it being comparable to the Olaplex, which is very expensive. I can't remember what their particular products are, but it is quite expensive, and I had used their treatments but they hadn't really made a difference to me, whereas this really does, and for a fraction of the price. In fact, let me tell you how much it costs. It's $9.99. I mean, you know, it's a decent sized bottle, although I probably don't need to use as much as I did because I emptied the bottle pretty quickly because it is watery. And you can work out where you best need it. I mean, I've been putting it all over, but to be honest, I probably only need it on the ends of my hair. But it's so good. I highly recommend trying it. It's absolutely amazing. It's been brilliant for me. It's replaced conditioner on a regular basis, and I can't speak highly enough of it. Thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed sharing my May favourites for the over 50s with you. And if you've enjoyed watching this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and better yet, subscribing to the channel. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought about some of these products, the Wonder Water, the Pixi Palette, the Cheek to Chic blusher, any of them really. Let me know what you think. Let's engage in a dialogue, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.